Hello beautiful family, welcome to your video number 4, and we're talking about practical faith and practical love. And we're still in the topic of love, and we're going to go back and forth in both subjects. But I really believe that the concept of love is so extent, and we really extensive, and we need to make it really practical. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I hope this blesses you. Today I want to talk to you about listening and without thinking. Listening without thinking. Sometimes we are not really focused on what the person is saying, but we are focused on what we are going to respond. And the problem with that is almost like driving and texting at the same time. There's going to be a crash. There's going to be an accident. You cannot drive and text at the same time because you are losing your focus on driving. You might think you're putting all of your attention. You're not. You might think you can do the two at the same time. You're not. You're missing a lot in one or the other. And of course, driving being the most important. In listening, it is very important that we give all of our focus to that person, not to think on what we're going to say, not to listen to one sentence and say, oh, I know where they're going with this. Have you ever seen that? People that do that? Oh, I know where they're going with this. Well, we really don't. We have to accept that we are not mind readers. And if we approach conversations with a learning attitude, we will be able to come and say, okay, I really don't know what is in your heart, so I want to know, talk to me. That is the only way we know. I'm not going to use my imagination to know what is in your heart, and I'm not going to use my own experience with somebody else to assume what is in your heart. I am going to listen. I've said this in previous devotionals that listening is more important in a relationship than just discerning. And sometimes when you approach a person, before you listen to them, you already think you know. And so many times we can be very wrong. When you approach somebody, listen. Listen, and don't let your mind be somewhere else or start to think about the answers. I'm going to read to you this verse as I close, and it is Proverbs 18:13 in the easy to read version. Let people finish speaking before you try to answer them. Now, of course, this includes interrupting them. And many times we're already interrupting them with our mind, because in our mind we're already thinking about answers, and we are already thinking about where this is going. We are already ahead of it. But we need to slow down to listen. Let people finish speaking before you try to answer them. That way you will not embarrass yourself and look foolish. Why would that embarrass ourselves? Why would that make us look foolish? Because we're responding without any foundation. We're responding without any right. We are responding without caring, without listening. And that makes us foolish. And other translations even says stupid. So I encourage you today, with the people around you, listen. And sometimes that means schedule a time. You know, if somebody comes to your office and they say, can we talk right now? And you're in the middle of something, then it's not the time. Tell them that it's not the time. I'm so sorry. I want to give you my full focus. Let's schedule a time. Scheduling a time, it puts you in a place of prayer, puts you in a place of praying for that person before the meeting, and you start to make sure that there's no interruptions. You don't have phone calls in that moment. You're not going to answer messages in that moment. And you're going to eat before you go. You're going to have coffee before you go so that you can be in your right mind. I believe scheduling time to listen is important. So don't let conversations just happen. Because listening matters, then do whatever it takes to be ready to listen. Physically, emotionally, mentally, do whatever it takes. Prepare yourself to listen. Because love means you listen. Thank you, family. And I want to tell you that this Sunday, June the 2nd, it is going to start the anniversary month of Wisdom for Winning Church. And we're going to celebrate the entire month. I just made that decision right now. So June is going to be anniversary month for Wisdom for Winning Church. And the kickoff of that will be this June the 2nd. 2 years since Wisdom for Winning Church was open. We're still a baby church, but we are growing. We see the results happening in people. We see changes, and we want you to be a part of this celebration. But also I wanted to ask you, would you consider in June sowing a seed to celebrate Wisdom for Winning Church for 2 years? We really value that. And if you would like to sow, you can sow through PayPal or Zelle. The email is pastoranna@wisdomforwinningchurch.tv, or you can sow through Cash App, Wisdom #4 Winning. We love you.